Hello everyone and welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel. Who will pay the price in Victor's deadly game of revenge? The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates suggest that Victor Newman might seek deadly revenge, ensuring that a culpable character faces the ultimate consequence. Victor, furious at the prospect of one of his grandchildren having been targeted, could strike back fiercely against a fresh adversary, aiming for nothing less than an early demise. Victor doesn't fool around when it comes to his family. He's a real grandpapa bear. When it comes to family, there's one undeniable truth that fans have come to recognize about Victor: he is fiercely protective and does not take any threats lightly. Victor's devotion to his children, and particularly his grandchildren, is unwavering. Anyone who dares to inflict harm on a member of the Newman clan is likely to find themselves facing dire consequences. With his immense power and a vast network of connections, Victor has the means to ensure that justice is served. This is precisely why Holden Novak felt compelled to caution Sienna Bacall about the lurking dangers in the thrilling episode of Y&R that aired on October 23rd. Sienna was warned by Holden that the Newmans are not to be messed with. Holden has made it abundantly clear that the Newmans should not be underestimated because their power extends far beyond Genoa City. Currently, Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, lies in a hospital bed, comatose, the result of a tragic incident where someone seemingly forced him off the road and into a deep ravine. Victor, ever the protective grandfather, is determined to ensure that the individual who caused this calamity faces the consequences for the harm done to his cherished grandson. Meanwhile, Sienna is harboring more information than she is willing to spill, yet she is not the one to blame in this situation. In fact, when she heard the shocking news about Noah's terrible misfortune, she was surprised and deeply uneasy. Sienna's husband could be the culprit. However, it's important to note that Sienna's husband, Mitch Bacall, may be responsible for this sinister deed. With Roger Howarth's first appearance just around the corner, it seems almost certain that he will take on the role of Mitch. When Howarth's casting was initially revealed, it was announced that he would be joining the show for a significant story arc. While there's a chance he could remain longer, it appears to be more of a temporary stint focused on the drama surrounding Noah. If Howarth is indeed playing Mitch and is linked to the near-tragic fate of Noah, then his storyline might conclude with Mitch's takedown by Victor. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. Kane confesses, Tessa's rules, Chelsea's challenge. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, October 27, 2025, are now available. In the next episode, fans can expect Kane make a confession to Lily Winters. Daniel Romalotti and Tessa Porter established the ground rules. Additionally, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Chelsea Lawson face an unexpected obstacle. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Be sure to check out the spoilers for our weekly Y&R here. Tessa Porter's ground rules. Let's begin with Daniel and Tessa. Right now, the singer doesn't know what is going to happen with her marriage. As time goes on, Mariah Copeland appears to be getting worse and more isolated. As a result, Tessa has chosen to kiss Daniel. All this time, Daniel was worried about taking advantage of the girl. She has, however, acknowledged that she also has feelings for him. Read more, find out what happened on the last episode of Y&R. It is stated that in Monday's episode, Tessa and Daniel will set down some ground rules. However, fans know that things are always more complicated in soaps than things initially appear. Mariah Copeland's treatment. Mariah is confronting her demons while Tessa and Daniel are establishing ground rules. The girl has already met Ray Wise's Ian Ward. Fans know that his eyes opened in the ambulance after the shooting months ago, even though he is supposed to be dead. Is it possible that perhaps Ian was really there in person and Mariah only thinks it was a hallucination? Read this, The Young and the Restless preview week of October 27th, Phyllis and Victor's deal, Kane's warning, Chelsea horrified. Kane Ashby's confession. According to The Young and the Restless spoilers for the upcoming episode, Kane will confess to Lily. Is this about Phyllis Summers or that the AI program has gone missing? Since the beginning, Lily has desired answers. However, Kane simply continued his games. So, if he's going to confess, will it be a true admission, or just another play for Lily's heart? Chelsea Lawson's unexpected challenge. Over with Billy Abbott. He loses total control. A preview clip shows Billy punching Adam, then Chelsea walking in with a horrified look on her face. Of course, the look on Adam's face suggests he wanted Billy to hit him. Chelsea cares about both men, but she won't be okay with Billy's violence. Once again, Chelsea could find herself facing a moral dilemma that has no clear solution. What is Chelsea going to do, and will she be forced to take sides again? In the ever-turbulent world of the young and the restless, few figures command as much awe, fear, and respect as Victor Newman. The patriarch of the Newman dynasty has built his legacy on power, influence, and ruthless loyalty to his family. Over the years, fans have come to understand that when someone crosses Victor, or worse, harms someone he loves, there's no escaping his wrath. Now, it appears that Victor is once again on the brink of unleashing his fury, as whispers from Genoa City suggest that a new enemy has dared to threaten one of his grandchildren. And when that happens, Victor's revenge is never mild, it's deadly. Victor's unyielding protection, a grandfather's vow. Victor Newman's devotion to his family is legendary. No matter the mistakes, betrayals, or moral failings of his children and grandchildren, he remains a fortress around them. His love is not soft or sentimental, it is ironclad, forged through decades of battles in boardrooms and back alleys alike. He has fought corporate enemies, family rivals, and even his own demons to protect the Newman name. His grandchildren's involvement only intensifies this protective instinct. So when tragedy strikes, and one of his beloved grandchildren, Noah Newman, is left in a coma after a suspicious car crash, Victor's rage ignites. To the world, Victor might appear as a calculating businessman, but to those who know him best, he's a grandfather who would burn everything to the ground for his family's safety. This time, his anger has a target, and whoever caused Noah's suffering may soon pay the ultimate price. Holden's warning to Sienna Bacall: the Newmans are untouchable. Enter Holden Novak, a man whose understanding of the Newman family comes from a long and cautious observation of their power. In the October 23 episode, Holden delivers a chilling warning to Sienna Bacall: the Newmans are not people you want to cross. His words carry weight, for Genoa City's residents know that even whispers against the Newmans can bring down ruin. Holden's caution is not just out of concern for Sienna, it's a desperate attempt to keep her alive. He is aware that Victor has ears and eyes everywhere and that Newman has a significant impact far beyond the business world. Whether in corporate warfare or personal vendettas, Victor has allies in every corner of the city and even beyond. Once he sets his mind on revenge, there's no escaping his reach. Sienna, however, is torn. She knows more than she's letting on, and the guilt that clouds her conscience makes her hesitant to speak. Yet, she's also terrified not just of Victor, but of what she suspects her own husband might have done. The mystery behind the crash: was it an accident or an attack? At first, Noah Newman's car accident appeared to be a tragic accident. The young man, driving late at night, was forced off the road and into a deep ravine. But as the investigation unfolds, it becomes apparent that this was no random event. The evidence suggests sabotage, or a deliberate attempt to harm a Newman family member. Victor's instincts tell him as much. He's seen too many schemes over the years to believe in coincidences. For him, justice is personal, and the pain in seeing his grandson lying unconscious in a hospital bed awakens the ruthless side of him that once made him the most feared man in Genoa City. He's determined to track down whoever is behind the crash and make them pay, no matter the cost. The chaos in Sienna and Mitch Bacall's shadow. While Sienna Bacall appears to be merely a bystander, her connection to the case runs deeper. Her husband, Mitch Bacall, is a man with a dark past, a figure who operates in moral grey zones. When rumors emerge that Mitch might have been involved in the crash, Sienna's world begins to crumble. She's torn between loyalty to her husband and the horror of what he may have done. The upcoming appearance of Roger Howarth as Mitch Bacall on the show promises to explode this plot. Known for portraying complex, morally ambiguous characters, Howarth's Mitch could easily become one of the most intriguing antagonists Genoa City has seen in years. Mitch's involvement in Noah's accident could set off a chain reaction that would immediately lead to his own downfall, whether he was motivated by vengeance, greed, or manipulation. Victor's brand of justice: When power meets vengeance. For Victor Newman, justice and revenge often blend into one and the same. He doesn't wait for the police or trust the courts to handle things, he acts. Victor will not rest until Mitch is punished if he is the one who caused Noah to experience a near-death experience. However, Victor's justice extends beyond legal measures. He has been known to plan accidents, make people disappear, or pull strings to kill people. He has tremendous power and the ability to exact revenge. Viewers are left wondering, will Victor stop at exposing Mitch, or will he take matters into his own hands, ensuring that Mitch's story ends in tragedy? The question is not only who will pay the price as this deadly game progresses, but also how far Victor will go to safeguard his family. The domino effect, other storylines collide. While Victor's revenge plot simmers, The Young and the Restless is weaving multiple threads that intertwine through Genoa City's complex web of love, guilt, and betrayal. Tessa Porter and Daniel Romalotti, drawing the line between comfort and desire. Tessa Porter finds herself in emotional turmoil as her relationship with Mariah Copeland deteriorates. Tessa has become desperate for stability as a result of Mariah's isolation and deteriorating mental state, and Daniel Romalotti provides her with it. The two have shared emotional moments, and recently, Tessa crossed a line by kissing him. Now, both Tessa and Daniel are trying to define what that kiss means. To prevent things from spiraling out of control, they decide to establish ground rules. However, viewers of soap operas are aware that boundaries rarely last. Feelings have a way of breaking through even the most carefully set walls. Tessa's confusion stems from guilt and loneliness. Her marriage is falling apart, and she's clinging to someone who understands her pain. Daniel, though hesitant, admits that he feels the same pull. Their attempt to manage their emotions could lead to an affair or perhaps an even deeper revelation about what love means when everything else is falling apart. Mariah Copeland's haunting visions, the return of Ian Ward. While Tessa tries to rebuild her sense of normalcy, Mariah is spiraling. She is now suffering from nightmares about Ian Ward, a man she has long assumed to be dead. The question haunting viewers is whether these visions are the result of psychological trauma or if Ian is truly alive and stalking her once again. The last time Ian appeared, he was supposedly killed, but his eyes opening in the ambulance suggested otherwise. The Young and the Restless loves resurrecting villains, and if Ian has indeed returned, his presence could tie into a larger plot that reaches far beyond Mariah's personal demons. Could he be connected to Mitch Bacall's schemes or even the attempt on Noah's life? The coincidences are too many to ignore. Kane Ashby's confession to Lily Winters. Meanwhile, Kane Ashby is battling his own moral dilemmas. In upcoming episodes, spoilers reveal that Kane will finally make a confession to Lily Winters. The truth could forever alter his future. Whether it involves his relationship with Phyllis Summers or the enigmatic disappearance of an AI program. For months, Lily has demanded transparency, and Kane has deflected. If this confession is genuine, it could pave the way for reconciliation or destroy what little trust remains between them. Kane's history of deceit has already cost him dearly, but this new revelation might prove that he hasn't learned from his past mistakes. Chelsea Lawson's challenge, between Adam and Billy. Another emotional storm brews between Chelsea Lawson, Adam Newman, and Billy Abbott. Chelsea, once the peacemaker between the two rivals, now finds herself in an impossible position when Billy punches Adam in a moment of rage. The confrontation exposes the raw tension that has long existed between the men, and Chelsea's reaction, a mix of horror and heartbreak, shows just how deeply she still cares for both. Adam's expression during the altercation is particularly telling. It's almost as if he wanted Billy to hit him, to provoke chaos or redemption through pain. For Chelsea, this moment forces her to re-examine her loyalty and her sense of morality. She knows that both men are flawed but redeemable, and choosing a side may mean losing a part of herself. The heart of Genoa City, love, loss, and legacy. The Young and the Restless central theme, family, loyalty, and the blurry line between love and destruction, remains clear even as these intersecting plots develop. The Newmans, the Abbotts, and the surrounding characters all grapple with choices that define not just their relationships, but their very identities. Victor's deadly revenge arc is not merely about punishment, it's a reflection of the moral decay that power brings. Although his methods frequently disrupt the peace he is attempting to maintain, his desire to protect is genuine. Similarly, Tessa and Daniel's budding connection highlights the emotional cost of loneliness, while Mariah's visions remind viewers that trauma never truly disappears. Kane's confession and Chelsea's moral dilemma show how secrets and impulses can fracture even the strongest of hearts. Every character is fighting their own battle, but all are caught in a cycle of choices that carry irreversible consequences. The looming climax, when vengeance becomes justice. Fans are on the edge of their seats as Victor gets closer to his target. Will he uncover Mitch's involvement and deliver his signature brand of justice? Or will the situation spiral out of control, dragging innocent people down with it? History teaches viewers that Victor's vengeance never comes to an abrupt end. There are always physical and emotional losses. In his pursuit of justice, Victor often becomes what he despises most, a man blinded by his own need for control. The upcoming episodes are poised to bring explosive confrontations, tearful revelations, and possibly a shocking death. Genoa City will not emerge unscathed from Victor's latest crusade, and the fallout will test every relationship tied to the Newman family. Conclusion: the price of power and the cost of love. Victor's deadly game of revenge, who will pay the price, is shaping up to be one of the young and the restless most gripping storylines in years. It masterfully intertwines themes of vengeance, loyalty, and human vulnerability, proving once again that even in a world built on power, the heart remains the most dangerous battlefield. As Victor's anger burns brighter and secrets unravel across Genoa City, viewers are reminded that in Y&R, every action has a consequence, and every love story carries a shadow. Whether it's Tessa's forbidden connection with Daniel, Mariah's haunting visions, or Chelsea's emotional tug-of-war between two flawed men, each thread contributes to a larger tapestry of passion and peril. Ultimately, Victor's revenge may not bring him peace, it rarely does. However, it will permanently mark anyone who dares to stand in his way. As the Newman patriarch prepares to strike, fans can only brace for impact, because when Victor plays his deadly game, someone always pays the price.